I realized that, I was searching for whatever it is, right? We're searching for love. We're searching for recognition. We're searching for acknowledgement. We're searching for validation. We're searching for security. And then I realized, hang on a minute, when we reside in the nature of who we are, which is complete, timeless, boundless, like limitless, like the real essence of who we are, there's nothing missing. And that's where I realized there's nowhere to get to or there's somewhere to get to until you realize there isn't. And then I recognized, and I'm still here. So we're here, we might as well be fucking awesome, right? So I was like, okay, now the difference between searching, which is being driven by the idea that there's something missing or lacking, which is commensurate with the idea of a separate self, because you're missing the experience of wholeness. So there is something from that perspective missing. It's just illusory. But when I realized, I've never been disconnected, and I can't be disconnected. It's literally impossible. However, I do have this individual meat suit and my own narratives and my own aspirations and goals and dreams. So now I went from searching to exploring. Can you hear the difference in those two words? Because searching implies there's something missing, and I'm looking for something, and it's time-based. It's out there. It's not with me for sure, because I'm looking for it. Whereas exploring is, hang on a minute, this is a fucking fun paradigm. I mean, there's a lot of fucking idiots out there, but that's kind of cool sometimes. And I get to explore what is possible in this realm. Like, you can go to a place called Tuscany, or you can fucking go to Sydney, or you could do all these different things. But it wasn't from a place of lack or fear or scarcity anymore. It was purely from the sheer adventure of what it is to be a human in this incarnation. And that changed the whole rule of the game. That makes sense? So who here came, just be really honest. Remember the exercise, put your hand up, none of this half-ass shit. Who here came as a searcher? Be honest. You're all fucking spiritual seekers, let's be honest. And who's going to leave as an explorer? Yeah! Let's fucking go. Okay.
I love that. All right, I want to open up now, because one of the expertises that you have that I love seeing on display, and I also love the blessing and the provision of allowing some of you individually here to share some place where you're not free. All right, my man Babak over there. Let's go.
Gentlemen, thank you both. My question is this. I find myself oscillating. I touch that boundless, limitless place where I know my essence, and then I fall right back into the limitations of my meat suit. And I don't forget the boundlessness, but fuck, it seems so real when I'm in the meat suit. What are the best practices that you could offer so that we can come back to that place of power and essence with greater regularity?
Okay. And it's Bibek with a B or Bibek?
Babak.
By stop trying to get back to your essence. Right? I mean, that's the flippant response and the very quick one, right? So it shows me a lot about you, and again, I'm just going to be plainly honest because it's all I can do, right? Like your stature, the way you look, like reading your energy, good-looking dude, takes care of himself, all of the behavioral adaptations that you have got on top of what I see as somebody who, in your own way, is trying to be perfect, right? Probably could be speaking to everyone here, like certainly, myself, a recovering perfectionist, I can speak from my own experience. So your question is being generated from the same energy that has those behaviors be part of your life. Do you see that? So really, in lay terms, it's like you're trying to get it right. Does that make sense? Like in real basic fundamental language, you're trying to get to the good and not be the bad. So implicit in your question is that the meat suit and da-da-da is like when you're in it, you're in it. What are you implying about that? That you're trying to get to the essence, the poetic way of speaking about yourself. What are you implying about both in lay terms?
I guess I am creating a hierarchy that one is better and one is right and one is wrong when both are actually me. And
so you can get rid of the guess as well.
Yes.
You don't have to guess that you're doing that. You just shared it with everyone. We know you're doing that. Yeah. And so my opportunity and the invitation for you is to be, what would it be like for Babak to be okay with both? What might that feel like? Yeah, there it is. Because what are you saying about one versus the other?
That one is undesirable and one is what I should be.
Yeah. And the you that thinks one is better than the other is the obstacle to both.
Thank you.
But I'm not letting you off just yet. We're not quite done. There's still a residual there, right? Yeah. So just tell us in the most blatantly vulnerable and honest way you can, what has it been like for you for however 4+ decades you've been living to always try and get the, in your terms, more desirable than less desirable? What's it like to live like that?
To say that it is utterly exhausting is an understatement.
Correct.
To say that it pulls the rug out from me at the most crucial inflection points of my life is again an understatement.
Yeah.
And it is a state of bewilderment because I have touched expansiveness, joy, purity, peace, completion. And then I've also, apropos of nothing, talked myself right out of it.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
But listen, you don't touch expansiveness. Why was that statement inaccurate?
Because I am it.
Okay, welcome. Your expansiveness, pretending you're not, which is why it seems incumbent upon the you that is separated from the expansiveness that you are to maintain the divine, more desirable, which is the opposite of expansiveness. And that's why it hurts. And why it's exhausting, because you're denying your true nature, which is all of it. Here's the beauty. When you're okay with all of it, even the undesirable, guess what happens to the undesirable?
Becomes bereft of its power.
Yeah.
Diminished.
Yeah, and it's beautiful language, but I would just as a very subtle invitation, there's somebody in there who's so beautiful and so raw, and bereft is an awesome word, and I love revelatory, and I use fancy words. But for you right now, for where you are, just be a little bit more real.
It gets smaller.
Yeah. You're being smart and fancy and all this is a little bit the part of you that's trying to get the desirable.
No, it's not.
And I want to meet the fucking ugly, you look like a piece of shit in the morning, babak. It's like, that's just as pretty. It's just as special. It's because it's part of you. I mean, who here listened to the fucking podcast I did with Vailana? I mean, our whole story was this, right? Especially for the feminine, the attention to detail of the woman, the primordial need to be the beauty and the man to be the strong, right? Like, these are deep in our DNA. And for her to see, she had this vision of her mum who was this perfection. And, I get a little crass because we got to, I'm like, yeah, because your mum never had period pains or farted or any of that, right? Like, it's real, right? It's like, but if you can make space for that, that's expansion. Otherwise, you're just like, no, I only want the desirable. No. Hi, my name's Babak, and I'm just committed to desirables. It's like, how the fuck is that working out for you?
Could be better.
Yeah. It's going to be really rough in a relationship, I can tell you that. So, why can't you touch the expansive? You already answered the question, but...
As I am it, and to touch implies that it's separate from me.
Correct. So then you're always trying to get to it because, boy, that's so seductive, isn't it? But again, like I said, where does hell exist?
Within heaven.
Great. So where does the undesirable part of you live?
Within the totality of me.
Correct. How much fucking easier is that? I mean, unless you're into being constantly exhausted, have at it, but it doesn't seem so fun. So does that answer your question by realizing there's nothing that I can give as a tip or a suggestion? I'm not a tip guy, really. Just the tip.